Hello. Well, welcome to Money Markets and Motivation with Mike. We start out with a word of the day. Our word of the day is scintillate. Scintillate, emit flashes of light, sparkle. In physics, fluorescence, momentarily when struck by photon or charged particle. So there you have it. See if they Here we go. Stars seem to scintillate more brightly in the desert's clear night sky. So that's how it can be used. And now let us go over to our heat map. The Federal Reserve, I believe, reduced interest rates today by 1/4 point. So NVIDIA is down on threats to their China sales. I think Broadcom may be down on the same news. Just checking on my handheld here. See if there's any further news on the rate cut. But in the meantime, financials are up. Insurance are up. Financial data is up. Insurance for property is up. Healthcare is mainly up. Utilities, basic materials, energy. Netflix is up 2.33% today. Communication services are up, except for Google and Meta. Charter communications is solidly in the green, and consumer defensive is up on the day. McDonald's is leading the restaurants, and Booking is reading the travel services segment. So that is where we are there. Bitcoin is down a little bit. So we got a mixed bag in the cryptocurrencies. So the Fed rate cut, I'm just cut interest rates and predicted more, both as expected. General consensus for gradual cuts. There was one dissent from the cuts from the new Trump appointee, Stephen Mirren, favoring a 1/2 point rate cut. The Fed's dot plot forecast by individual policymaker points to 50 basis points and further cuts by year end, also in line with views. So there we have it. We are now going to head over to our little advertisement for the day. This is our fixed annuity sample. Goes up when the market goes up, does not go down when the market goes down. So be careful what you ask for, because a lot of times when the Fed cuts rates, the market goes down. So it's usually a bad sign for the economy when they cut rates. This is the annuity, beats index investing by 5% per year. And it goes up, does not go down when the market goes down, and it goes up when the market goes up. Acts like an ascending base. So there you have it. If you have any questions about this, want to learn more, please reach out to me. Let me go over to our charts. This is American Superconductor, one of the top 10 where money was flowing today. Pretty good volume here. Gets above 60. We bought this yesterday, so just wanted to share that with you, and we'll come back to that in a moment after looking at the indexes. The NASDAQ initially sold off and then bounced off of the 10-day moving average off 0.2%. The equal weight in the NASDAQ is up 0.37% today. The S&P 500 did as much like the NASDAQ, sold off and tried to bounce back off of the 10-day. Excuse me, here I got a little frog in the throat. And the equal weight in the S&P 500 initially shot up into the pivot zone and then sold off, still up 0.10%. And the Russell 2000 small capitalization shot up and then sold off, still up 0.26 on the day. And the Dow Jones was up the most, up 0.54%. Got a new ETF to look at. This is in the nuclear, uranium area. Was up 0.25%. Sold off a little yesterday, but look at that big move the day before. Financials are up nearly 1%. The other financials, KBWB, you take out Warren Buffett's fund, and I believe Visa and MasterCard is up 1.33% today. When the interest rates go down, typically banks can make more money on lending. This is energy. It's working on a base here, trying to get above 90. Communications up 0.26%. And let us go over to the VIX. The VIX pulled back today. Pulled back to its 50-day moving average. Go over to the 10-year Treasury. Wow, a big move in the 10-year Treasury, up 1.24%, up to 4.08% interest. The 20-year bounces as well, up 0.63%, up to 3.35% interest. Bonds sell off down a quarter, still right around $901 a bond. Now we go over to aerospace. It's pretty flat, holding right in line there. Utilities got a slight bounce. They were up higher earlier. Boy, that frog in my throat is really bothering me. But up 0.25%. Real estate tried to move up and sold off. Pretty flat for the day. Home builders dive. So they got into the pivot zone and they sold off ever since, off 1.02%. Biotech, pretty flat for the day. The other biotech is flat as well. Tried to move higher and sold off. Software bounces after selling off earlier, up 0.44%. Little sell-off in technology. Pretty flat. This was off 0.25%, but it was still pretty flat for the day. Infrastructure down 0.5%. Semiconductors on that China news sell off a little bit, but try to bounce back. Up down 0.64%. Airlines up 0.58%. Industrials pretty flat for the day, holding at the 50-day moving average. Healthcare up 0.2%. Consumer actually gapped up today, up 0.6%. Building materials up slightly, up 0.23%. Mining and metals pulling back, but holding pretty strong above the 10-day moving average. And finally in uranium, up slightly, up 0.43. CCJ is up nearly 2%. Denison Mines up 1.6. This Energy Fuels is up 5% for the day. This is the other one that we bought in this area the other day. Held pretty steady yesterday, sold off a little bit again today, and then fought back off of 0.56%. Now let us go to where the big money was flowing. AMPX Technologies rises above $10, up 13.68% today. Look at all this blue volume in here. Looks like it just cleared into the power zone after falling off of the power zone on this little pullback. And we got a lot of movement in quantum computers. INQ up 5.11%. Surges through the profit zone. I would wait for another setup on that one. Open Door Technologies in real estate up 14.46% today. Pretty good volume. Had pretty good volume over here. Had a little selling pressure, but not too much. And then it clears $10 again. Onto D-Wave Quantum, up nearly 19% as it clears the pivot zone. Quantum computing, not up as much, but up 4.98%. This provides software tools and application. Rigetti, up a little low, almost 10% here, clears $20. Here's American Superconductor, clearing $60, pretty good volume. Volume has been increasing here on the buying days. Looks like it just broke out into a power zone today. You can just barely see that where the red is clearing the green line. Nebius, I believe this is Netherlands company in AI. They just signed a big contract, I believe, with Microsoft. They're up 5.2% today. HUD 8, Bitcoin miner, up close to 8%. Solar Edge Technologies, up 3.02%. Look at this, earnings up 88% this year and 101% next year. And GDS Technologies, China-based operator of 10 carrier neutral data centers, powers into the pivot today and some pretty good volume. Sphere Entertainment pops above 60 here. I'd wait for a little pullback and a new setup before investing in that. Solar energy infrastructure, working on the right side of its base here. We got a double bottom right here and here, an undercut. So 32 and 12 cents would be the buy point. So it's safe to buy a little early here before the typical breakout above this dotted line at 36.50. Baidu is back on the list, gaps up and powers higher today. And finally, we're going to look at Vita Coco. Breaks into the pivot zone of 5.8%. They sell their wares at Costco and many other stores. So that is our chart analysis for the day. Right here, we can see its relative strength line. It's even though it doesn't show it, it is heading into higher territory. Beats out 79% of all the stocks on the market. There was a news item on one of the holdings that we have. This is App. One of the analysts upgraded this to $645 per share. Says their growth is going to continue going. It dived over here because of short report, and which proved to be negative. And it just continues up. And I'm wondering what I can share with you. I think that'll be it for today. We are going to head over to our quote of the day. I'm going to stop our share. Quote of the day: the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. From Mark Twain. So that is our show for today. Please go out there and make the best of your day ahead of you. If you can help somebody in need, please do so. And if all you can do is bring a smile to their face, that's also great. In the meantime, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.